Came out this morning to bring my soap and brush out because this is Saturday, and Saturday we clean chinchilla cages. And I walked by and noticed this. So like, what the heck? Tire's been gone about flat. And I put that on there probably a little less than a year ago, but close to it. And I never had to add air to it. It's been fine. And all we did was move it from right over there to right over here. Now I do know sometimes tires sit in a certain way they're sitting, they don't leak. But I just think that's kind of odd. So that's how we're starting off this day. So welcome back to Mark's Speed Shop. Thanks for coming back and checking me out. So we're going to start off the day with pretty much a flat tire. But today's video is going to be on the 73 Dodge Charger exhaust. I'm going to do a little something with that. I'm going to check it out and see why it's doing that tick, 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 leaking so bad. I think that header muffler is about to fall off. I want to do something a little different, so I'm going to bring you along and see how that goes. And we'll probably finish up the day by putting air in this tire. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoy it. All that have watched any of my videos where I've worked on some tires, y'all may have seen this. This is just a little air hose that I kind of put together from various little parts to use on the air tank and on the tires when I mount tires. I put the air chuck. It's got a little valve, on and off valve here, and it's got a little swivel, a little short hose, and I put a clip on it. So see, I can hook it on to my air tank. I changed the end there, and that's hooked in, and I can clip it onto the valve stem on the car. And also, I take it and I can clip it on here. Hook it to my air hose. And you control it that way. I don't have to sit there and hold it on there. Well, I got her jacked up, and I gave the header mufflers a little wiggle. I was fully expecting this one over here on the passenger side to be loose, maybe about to fall off. All that ticking. It's not loose. Now I'm going to, get up under it and check it a little more. That was just when I was putting the jack stands under it. I gave it a little shake. But I got a 3/8 wrench now. I'm going to check the header bolts. Make sure they're all tight and they're here. Nothing's falling out. It looks all right, but I'm going to check it. Well, I've checked the mufflers. I gave them a little shake when I was up under there. Getting ready to go back up under there and check them out a little bit more. Maybe a little gasket. That's what I'm hoping there, but it feels tight. I went ahead and checked all the header bolts, going into the head. All of them are snug. I went ahead and checked all the spark plugs. I think it was one on the driver's side that I was able to get a little bit more out of, but I don't think it would be loose enough to be popping like that. But this does have a little more compression, but I don't think it would have that kind of tick. And then the back one, the very back one, I got just a little bit, but I wouldn't even call that loose. It just won't snug. I didn't wrench them down, terrible bad anyway, but you just snug them up. You get them good and Guten tight, So, nothing ever goes like you think. It's never something simple usually. Sometimes it gets more involved. I'll take that back. Usually it is something simple, but it's the last thing you find. Isn't that funny? People say, oh, that's the last place I look. Well, I guess so. You quit looking when you find something. But anyway, more to come on this. Let me get back to it. All right, here we are underneath. You can see the gasket. I did put those aluminum gaskets in this. Brand new set of headers. No, I didn't paint them white. I should have. It's a little mufflers. Ow, my shoulder. Oh, I hurt my rotator cuff a few years back. Well, and it could be because it is dead up against the bottom of the car. If y'all went with me on that ride, when we took it up the road, it was vibrating. Brrr. That's that right there. It is dead up against that transmission support. I get up under, well, at least it's good and kind of oily under here. That should keep the rust down. I hate not having a lift. And never mind stuff like that right there. Little leaks, little wet spots. They're not too bad though. I think it might be. It looks like it might be a little bit of a gap. I'll still check that. I'll check that in a little bit. Get over on the other side and see what's what, because with it up against the back of up against the transmission mount, it's going to seem tight even if it's not, but it sounds like to me that it's coming from over there. I ain't crazy about these pipes, but they sound good. And of course, that one hangs down right much more. You can kind of see it there. But that's just the way they are, the way the headers are. See, this header's a lot shorter front to back because it's longer down, because you got to put the drag link through it. Mopar stuff, But I still think it's an exhaust leak, because everything seems to be doing all right. Speedometer cable, we don't need no speedometer. We don't need no stinking speedometer cable. Oh, you can even see the dark spots on the ground, on the pavement. It's hard to see it now because you see all that white from where I painted that header. But if you go back to the header video, you'll see two little dark spots right in front of right up here where the box was sitting. That comes from these right here. And that rich Holley carburetor. That's the only way I'm rich, is I ain't got the carburetors adjusted quite right. But let's get back to this. And get to looking at this. And it's hard for me to see. But you see how tight it is right here? And how loose it looks up here. And see, this is the one that's up against the brace on the back on the floorboard. So it could be. It's a little tighter up here. My fingernail. Oh, no. hard for me to see it. Yeah, that's a gap in there. There. It's easier to see it on the camera. Oh yeah, I can see the bolt. I would say we're leaking there. All right, now we're on this side. This is side. Let's see. It's still kind of up against the transmission cross mount there. I mean, this thing was just meant to be. It's just what I had. I put them on here. You have that temporary, permanent temporary things. That's where I just felt that thing move. I think it's the same thing. I think it has probably never got tight, and if it was tight, it's not tight now. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I can stick a whole blade up in there. I can stick that whole blade up in there. So it's definitely not tight. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah. That's a good thing. All right, here's what I'm thinking. These are the pipes, cobbled together pipes that came off of that car. I don't know what they came off of to begin with. All this junk here looks like it might have come off of some kind of aftermarket Mustang rig or something. But they had headers on it, not the same headers, oh really. I don't know if I like all that. I might stick it back up under and see what's what. Or maybe even cut the mufflers off and just not run mufflers and put little turn downs on it. We'll see. I got to think about it tonight because I'm going to need to work on it tomorrow to get this video out. And if I don't make up my mind, this might be not this week's video, but next week's video. And leaning up against it here, that's my Roadrunner engine, 68 Roadrunner 383. Look at those pistons. Look at this thing. Look how true to the deck they are. These pistons didn't come fly cut. The builder fly cut them. So that's how tight it was. It's a heck of an engine right there. It's been balanced and blueprinted and everything. That's a all day long 8,000 RPM big block. I just need to freshen it up. It's all in good shape. No ridge at all. Just need to freshen it up and put it back in the Roadrunner. Oh, these rocks are hard on the knees. All right, there we go. I like this little hose worked up. A whole lot better than just having that little hose coming out and you have to hold it on. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can see it. This real dry ride down there. These tires are really old. Put them on here. And when I first put them on these rims, I had them on that 92 Rally Sport Camaro. Yeah, so they were on there for, shoot, I don't know, maybe a year. So I still got good service out of them, although the past so many years has just been for holding up derelicts. Well, I mean projects. So that was in the room. There we go. Well, that's one way to stop an exhaust leak. Ooh-wee, that's loud. I don't know how that'll come out on the video, but whew, she loud. I sure like the way they rev up real quick when it don't have exhaust on. Now, I'm not going to let her down right now because I still might work on them other pipes. But, like I said, that's one way to fix an exhaust leak. Delete it. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this video on fixing that exhaust leak on the Charger. Whew, I'm exhausted. Well, like I say, I left it, I'm going to leave it jacked up for now because I'm probably going to put them other pipes on. I'm going to do something else with it, but that's going to do it for this video. I'm glad I found out what it was, and all that, the pipes putting pressure on the bottom of the car and pulling down on the headers is not good for any of that. So at least it's free right now. Ooh, I like the way she sounds, but I got to have some kind of exhaust on there, so I'm going to work on that too. But I really appreciate you coming back, watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Just hit that little button and come back to see me, and I'll be here, and I'll see you at the shop.